Finidi George's appointment as Super Eagles head coach comes barely 2 months after the exit of Portuguese José Peseiro. Finidi George launched into the Nigeria football coaching system when he led Enyimba Football Club to their 9th Nigeria Premier League title in 2023. He was also a member of the Super Eagles technical crew to the African Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire. The 52-year-old was subsequently given the job on an interim basis, where he led the team in 2 international friendlies against Ghana and Mali in March. Football enthusiasts are excited that a Nigerian will lead the 3-time African champions once again.
I believe the kind of opportunity, the kind of freedom we give the foreign coaches, let's try and do that with the Dinos coaches. Let's see what they can do over time. He's doing great with the Enyimba Football Club. He has been in the system, understudying Peseiro for some time, knowing some of the players before now. I think he's just one of the best options that we can ever get.
I would say good one to the NFF, at least. For once, they've made Nigerians proud with such appointment, because a local coach coming to the Super Eagles gives the younger coaches, Nigerians, a sense of belief that one day they too can become Super Eagles coaches.
They believe the 1994 Africa Cup of Nations winner is qualified for the job.
Finidi George is a senior colleague. I'm junior team, but I have opportunity to play against him when I was in MFM 2 years ago. I saw when we played them at Enyimba. That's when I respected him more. I respected him because the way they played against us, Finidi George is highly technical and tactical coach, but so that's why I have the belief that he can do wonders with the Super Eagles, this present Super Eagles.
Yeah, for me, I believe in his expertise. He has been in the team. He has experienced a lot of accolades with the team, and I feel he's the right person for the job. And in the coaching job or in any job at all, there's always challenges. So it's something that I feel he can be able to overcome.
Right now, I think Finidi fits the bill. He's the best coach we have right now. Fine, he has not been in charge of Super Eagles at any level, but based on his input with Enyimba in the NPFL, and they are still in the title race. Winning the title in the first season, and also in the challenge also for his in his second season. I think he's just grateful, and is a massive testimony to what he can actually do. I think he deserves it. And for a local coach, let's give a local coach a chance. And he is the best person. He's got all the certificates. I think he has learned about coaching so well in Ajax and in other European countries. So I think he's ready to go. And these are the best places to actually go and learn, when it comes to coaching. And I think he has had all of that. And I think it's the perfect time for him to actually, take charge of Super Eagles and make sure and think of success, going forward.
Finidi is expected to fashion a winning formula for the Super Eagles ahead of their 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against South Africa and Benin Republic in June. The Super Eagles are 3rd in Group C of the qualifying series behind South Africa and Rwanda.
Hey, welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Finito. That is the end. Speculations, innuendos, suggestions, placards, a lot of things. But at the end of the day, those who it is their right to choose to get a manager for the national team has just done that. And they went for the iconic legend. Actually, in the last days, it was 2 of them, himself and Emmanuel Amuneke. The other one I call the Child of Destiny. Remember, these 2 guys, their place in history, Nigerian football history, cannot ever be taken away from them. Of course, Amuneke has coached the junior setup, winning the World Cup for Nigeria at the under-17 level, discovering the best player we have now in Africa, in Victor Osimhen. So basically, it is all the leading up to this. But then, like I said, they have that place in history. Finidi George scored that goal that took us to the World Cup, our first ever World Cup qualifier, when we went to Algeria to play 1-1. It was tense after he scored and the Nigerians equalized, because a loss would have meant that, what happened to us before in 78, what happened to us in 82, in 86, in 90, the pains, the agony would have continued. But we qualified through that goal by George Finidi. He went on to that World Cup and scored that goal. And you remember that his celebration where, where Doug was, kind of living and peeing on the pitch. So for Emmanuel Amunike, in 94, 95, 96, Nigeria won 3 trophies. In 94, in the AFCON final, Emmanuel Amunike scored a winning goal for us, 2 goals against the Zambians. And then we went to the Afro-Asian Championship, where, in that final again, he scored the winning goal. Then in 96, we went to the Olympics, and in the final, they also scored a winning goal. So basically, these guys are winners. They were winners as players and also winners as managers, because Finidi George has also, won the league. You can't take that away. That is the highest trophy you can win in Nigeria. He won the league with Enyimba. So we have 2 ex-players, 2 managers who were eminently qualified, to be the manager of the national team. There are no politics about this. Suppose it is this one has this, or this one that. Whichever one is picked, as one has just been picked, I tell you, we'll do Nigeria proud. The last time we won the AFCON, it was won by Stephen Okechikukeshi, and then that is the route that they went through. We do hope that it will turn out that way. Of course, 1 + 1 is not always 2, but that is what we are looking for. We'll look at it briefly in the house, but apart from that, in the league, Nigerian league, of course, there is always surprises and there's always stories. So there is something between Enyimba and Doma United. So that these things I like to just watch. I don't have opinion, but you watch it for yourself and you let us know what you think. In France, there, Goalkeeper Nnadozie has done us proud. The best goalkeeper in the French league. That tells you that, just representing Nigeria. Why did I tell you this? Because when you have the player, you have the Lyon and PSG. Those are world superpowers. At the point, Lyon dominated female football in the world, not just in Europe. So when she goes there and make her mark and do Nigeria proud, just like Tundo Nokoya went to do us proud right at Times Square in New York, in England, in United States of America, you have to do that. You have to praise them. The World Relay Championship. Mixed bag, but we have an expert in the house who will take us through. And then Bayern. I've just talked about, last week we talked about what is happening to Bayern, the in-house, the break rain, the attack on Tuchel. But I tell you this, first they said they went to Alonso. Mine said no mass. From Alonso, they said, okay, let us go back on Nagelsmann, the man that we sacked to bring into Tuchel. And then that one said, look, instead, I will extend my contract with the German national team. And they went to Ralf Rangnick and said, Lama said, no, I'm still with Austria. I love what I'm doing in Austria. What is there that will make people to leave, not to take the Bayern job? Is it a point in Charles? I don't know. But then 3 managers in the row says, no mass to Bayern. Let us ask ourselves what is really going on right there. At the Madrid Mutua, something happened. Of course, yesterday it was Sabalenka taking on Swiatek, number 1, number 2. When the 2 best players in the world play themselves, what else do you do? It is spectacular. It's the thriller that you get in. Then at the end of the day, it was the world number 1 who survived 3 match points to pick that. But today, Oje Aliassime will take on Andrei Rublev. Catalan will tell us how Rublev got to the final. And then we'll look at his background. But then the creamy one is in the house. The creamiest of the creamiest is back. So before we do much ado, Creamy, how are you?
Great to be back.
Great to be back. Finidi?
Yeah, I think, the anticipation of, I know some Nigerians wanted Emmanuel Amunike, but we know that with the way NFF asked Finidi George to actually be in charge in the meantime before they appoint the coach, was always going to be for him. He was our favorite for it simply because they've already started the process. So why not just finish it? I mean, he was the assistant to the coach that was Pesero. And then when the 1-0 draw, and if you check the group that Nigeria is actually in, at the World Cup, 4 points from 2 points from 2 matches. That means you've dropped 4 points
already.
So now you wouldn't want another coach to come in and start all over again. You just want that process to continue, that continuity. I think that's what they looked at, and that's the reason Finidi George was actually picked. Because people have been talking about it. Something happened. That's why Amunike wasn't picked. I don't think that's. I don't think
how does it concern us?
Yeah, maybe the reason is simply because they looked
Technical.
at the statistics of Finidi George, the fact that he is here at home coaching Enyimba, the champions of the league. You know what it means to actually coach the Nigerian league? I mean, it's the most difficult league in the world, no matter what.
Exactly, yes.
Traveling and everything. I mean, just take a look at the record, the stats. I mean, take a look at how many matches. 32 in all, winning 17, drawing a 4 and losing just 11, and the point overall is 55. The Champions League, of course, he didn't cover himself in glory, but you know the travel and everything that usually happen in Nigeria. 2 matches, and of course the point was just 1. The African Football League was nothing to write home about, and the international friends, of course, he won 1 and they lost the other 1. So when you look at the record in all, I mean, at Enyimba so far, 94 games he's played, winning 43, drawing 20 and losing 31. But you can say this is more like a 50%, record at Enyimba. But Finidi George, I think he's got what it takes to actually lead the Spray Eagles. I mean, with the experience and also the fact that he has been with the team for like about 20 months now, thereabouts.
Yeah.
So that
he was 20 was the assistant to Pesero, and then like you said, winning the league here. And that is it. Like we also said, those who were looking for Imala Monike, taking on Tanzania, taking them, qualifying them for the AFCON after the last time they actually were 1980 when they came to Nigeria with their funny goalkeeper Pondamali. So I mean, after then he went there, took them up, and so it was going through the kind of trajectory that Keshi went through with coaching Togo, Korea for the Nations Cup, and then World Cup, taking Mali to AFCON, and then coming back to Nigeria, going through the youth process and stuff like that. But the thing is that we have coaches in Nigeria. If one does not do well, take another one. If that one does not do well, take another one. You keep on taking them until we succeed. They have the experience.
Give them time also.
The German national team, Nagelsmann, is 35 years old. What experience does he have that they gave him to coach the German national team? 35 years old, remove his age from Finidi. How old was he when? I mean, so see, the thing is that I have this thing. I'm sorry, but this is a personal opinion. We have this perception. Everybody was almost about perception, because you can go to the bank, put your money with a Nigerian banker. I don't have an issue. You can build a house. Ask a Nigerian engineer to build a house for you. You can go to the hospital. Ask a Nigerian doctor to take care of your health. Then to put 11 players on the pitch, you say a Nigerian cannot do it. It beats me. I don't just understand it. No, I don't understand it. We're all Nigerians doing what we're doing.
And the person who is
saying is a Nigerian. He's a Nigerian.
You don't even
trust yourself in the job that you are doing. Because if you are good enough to do your job, why can't a Nigerian coach be good enough to do his job? No, don't worry. Don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun. Just let us understand this thing. That there is a new pride of Catalan in Catalonia.
No, what's the laugh? Good afternoon, yes, good to be back. Ken.
No. Ken. No emotions. Yeah, tell the viewers the truth.
Last week
they beat Barcelona home and away.
Technically, Barca were not home.
What's the name of the team again?
Tell us the name of the team, please.
Girona.
Oh my God,
Girona. Last week we were talking about Xavi and how he had finally decided to take back the job and not leave the club. And midweek, Barca were playing, and Lewandowski scored a hat-trick, and all is well with the world again. And then we play Girona away from home, winning 2-1, and somehow Porto enters the game, and Barca just capitulates. It's just bringing the club back to reality, making them understand that there's a lot of work that still needs to be done at Barcelona.
I don't know about Barcelona, about Girona. Tell us about Girona.
No. Hold on. Whether we like it or not.
Tell us about Girona.
Whether we like it or not. See, for those that do not know,
we're not looking about the beating team. We're looking about the team of the moment. Girona. Fans want to know about Girona. No.
I'm very emotional right now. But whether you like it or not, Girona is a team owned by the City Group.
Yes.
In fact, the president of Girona is Pep Guardiola's younger brother.
Yes.
And you really need to understand the work they have put into that team. Bringing a group of players that you want to tag as rejects, bringing them together to the team, and almost competing for the title. Girona have lost only one game this season, and that's against Real Madrid. They've been very, very impressive. They have not lost at home this season. So Barca going there trying to get a win was almost going to be impossible, and they showed why they deserve to be in the Champions
Even if they
League.
can walk to, but they can walk from Camp Nou to.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. For the longest of time, we've had Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, two Madrid teams constantly being in the top four. It's never been like that.
Playing at the same.
You understand? But it's never been like that for a Catalan team. Now we are seeing two Catalan teams probably going to the Champions League for the first time in nearly about 20 or 30 years now.
Catalan team that has
Espanyol relegated.
Team.
Yeah, they were relegated last season.
Okay, are they coming back now?
Well, I think before the end of the season we'll find out. But I'm really, really impressed with what Girona has done this season. It just shows that Barca have a lot of work to do. And if you think teams like Girona are teams that you can ride over, then you have to think again.
Okay, no, that is what I want to
was going to say something. I didn't want to hear what she wanted to say.
I think it was. I felt, I thought when Xavi Hernandez going into this game, he said something about a revenge mission. I mean, because of what happened in the first leg, and they wouldn't want that to happen again. He said that on Friday night, and then on Saturday, you're losing to that same team.
He brought a knife to gun for
it. So I felt maybe.
Okay, you're feeling so good about yourself.
Vengeance is mine.
Says the Lord.
Why is Man United on the table?
No, we are going to Bahamas. We are going to Bahamas.
All of a sudden, we are leaving.
We are going to Bahamas now. We are going to.
Why are we leaving the continent?
No, we are going to Bahamas.
We are going to Europe.
Bambo, where are you? We are going to Bahamas. We are going to the World Relay Championship is taking place in Bahamas. And then we woke somebody up by, the guy didn't sleep because we are 5 hours ahead of Bahamas. So right now it is past 12. It should be about past 7 right there, right? So, it should be to 8. And then we woke him up. He was awake all night and didn't sleep. And then here he is, the perfect gentleman that he is. But I'm envying you because I've always wanted to go to the Caribbean. You went to Jamaica. You are now in Bahamas. The other time you were in Calabar. You were just enjoying yourselves. Babu Akoni, CEO, making of champions, the man that is making it happen in athletics in Nigeria. Hello, Bambo, how are you?
I'm very good, Ken. Thank you for having me as always. And as you rightfully said, I've not really slept for about 2 days. I was in Calabar 2 days ago, and I arrived in Bahamas yesterday. So very excited to be here to witness Team Nigeria qualifying for the Olympics. Hopefully in more of the relays, 2 yesterday. We're still hoping for at least 2 more today. So let's see how that goes.
Yes, Bambo, because even myself, I even tweeted that, we're already out. But I now say, the thing is, of course, you're always educating us on this, that, it's 16 teams that will be going. So we still have opportunity, apart from the first 8 that have just qualified. You understand? That week, the other teams will have opportunity. What are the chances? But before you talk about that, what happened to our female relay team? They were supposed to compete, and I didn't see them. The 4x4, I think that's the 4x4.
Let me talk about the format first. And
okay. Give us the format. All right.
4x4. So the format is a new format. They're debuting at the World Relay Championships for the first time this year. I think it's to increase the importance of the World Relays, because there's been a question till now as to how important is it? How will we get the athletes to come and compete? And now what they're doing is that for each of the 5 Olympic relays, you have 14 of the 16 slots will be decided here at the World Relays in the Bahamas this weekend. So in the first Olympic qualifying round yesterday, 8 of the slots were decided. The first 2 in each race went through to the final for today, and they've already qualified for the Olympics automatically. Now today, there's going to be a second Olympic qualifying round where all the other teams can try again. And then from that second Olympic qualifying round, 6 more teams will qualify for the Olympics today in each of the 5 relays.
Okay.
So that's 14 teams out of 16 in each of the relays. The remaining 2 slots will go to the 2 fastest other teams on the top list at the end of the season. In short, if you want to be at the Olympics in the relays, you have to be here in the Bahamas. Nigeria sent 5 teams to qualify, all 5 of them for the Olympics, the men and women's 4x1 and 4x4, and the mixed 4x4.
Yeah.
As you rightly said, unfortunately, the women's 4x4, which I think most of us see as the strongest team, did not start yesterday. A combination of visa issues and last-minute injury of one of the athletes meant that they couldn't present the team yesterday. Unfortunately, that also means that they can't compete today. The only teams that can't compete today are those that did not start yesterday. But the women's 4x4 will still have many, I think they will still grab one of those two slots. Their fastest time, 3 minutes, 27 seconds, is already in the top 15 in the world this year. So I still expect them to qualify despite this disappointment. What we can look forward to today is, after the men's 4x4 and the mixed 4x4 qualified yesterday, we can now look forward to the men's 4x1 and the women's 4x1. Both ran very valiantly yesterday. The men's 4x1, I think, were fourth in their heat. The women's 4x1 were third. If they can repeat those performances, they should finish in the first two in their heats today to qualify for the Olympics. And how exciting is it going to be that Nigeria once again faces off against Ghana in the men's 4x1 today for a ticket to the Olympics? So it's going to be, the Jollof Wars continuing.
Babo, I think was it the I know the Ghanaian, was it a 4x1 or 4x4 that they dropped their button in yesterday's race? Which
that's correct. That's correct. The Ghanaians had just one team here, the men's 4x1. We've been teasing our Ghanaian colleagues that they sent just one team and they dropped the baton yesterday. But in all seriousness, they have another chance to qualify today. And as fate would have it, they've been drawn in the same heat as Nigeria. So if both teams are going to be at the Olympics, at least if both teams are going to qualify today, then they have to take the first and second spots. Of course, Nigeria beat Ghana in their own backyard at African Games in March, whereas Ghana beats Nigeria at the previous African Games. So it's going to be quite a rivalry rekindled today in the men's 4x1.
But if I can recollect, I think it was like a photo finish in that Accra that we did beat them. It was a photo finish. So if they don't drop that button this time around, well, in the Ghana no concern us. Our jollof rice is what it has to be cooked and served in Paris. So okay, just briefly before we let you go, I know you have not rested. A lot of things have been happening there. You were in Calabar. I will see the future. What future did you see? I didn't even know that you see. I go find you. You were in Nigeria. You didn't I brought you down to the studio. You just did that and then you disappeared. But then let's Sisi is here. Sisi is not happy with you, definitely. So I will let you know that one. You apologize to her later. But then what future did you see? What future did you see right there in Calabar? You guys are doing marvelously well, and I know we'll still come together as a team. It is written in the stars.
Yeah, thank you. Over the last 3 months, we've been doing these MTN Athletics Championships. We had 4 all over the country, starting in Asaba, which was actually also the AFN National Trials for the African Games. Moving on to Ibadan, then Jos, and then Calabar, which wrapped up on Friday. We are really witnessing the future of Nigerian athletics. We're very excited because it's a format that we saw in Jamaica 10, 11 years ago when we were starting Making of Champions. We came and saw the champs in Jamaica. They have 4 age groups from under 20 down to under 13. They call them class 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I knew since then that this is something that had to happen in Nigeria, right? So what the MTM Champs is doing is transforming Nigerian youth competition from one age group that everyone has tried to fit into to 3 different age groups. We have the cadet under 14 and the youth under 17, which is strictly for secondary schools only. That just makes sure that, we get kids of the right age and we make sure that they stay in school so they can compete. Then we have the juniors under 20, which is for all other teenagers. And for this second season, we added the seniors, so which literally means that there is something for everybody, about 90 track and field events across 4 age groups. If you're 11 years old or if you are 25 years old, there is something for you at the MTN Athletics Championships. So we're seeing the future. We are recruiting, I think we selected 10 or 12 athletes from the season 1. We're about to select another 10, the top 10 from season 2. And we expect to see these athletes, I think at the Olympics in 2028, at the World Juniors in 2026. A lot of them will win scholarships to the US in the next year or two. It's really a culmination of what we've done over the last decade. But with the title sponsor involved, we now have a bit more muscle to scale what we're doing. Over the last 7 years, MOC athletes have won over 70 national and international medals. 12 of them are in the US collegiate system. And now with this program, scaling it, all bets are off, in terms of how far Nigeria can go in athletics. And we're still at ground zero right now.
It's always refreshing speaking with you. You are looking fresh for somebody who didn't. I didn't also sleep. I told you we're all there, trying to be there, but then with all the waka and flying up and down. Since I think we should ask him to go and let him go and sleep a bit.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he needs it.
Go ahead. The thing is that you are looking fresher than me. That's just my problem. I don't understand this. Bambo, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll call on you, and then so that we'll keep on saying the road to Paris. You take so that you take us along. Thank you, Bambo. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the man in Bahamas. I really see, guys, you guys live me in Lagos. Sometimes I just go to one dry island. Can't I go to the Caribbean? Guy, I want to,
your next holiday will just be destination. I mean, you can afford it all. Just 3 weeks you're taking.
Just 3 weeks. Okay, I eat coconut, some fresh fish.
Your leg by the beach,
By, enjoying it. I wish you can make Badagry to be that,
You can actually enjoy that in Badagry. And also, if you go to Takwa Beach, that's another fine place.
I want to the shade city of Badagry. Okay. But before we talk about what happened between in the league, Doma United, I just want to talk about I want to jump. Let us just go to see Nnadozie. I mean, how beautiful, how sweet. I love it when but you ladies are oppressing us every time. You are the one that always achieving these things.
Because we're resilient. That resilience.
But
is there.
African for all of you.
Yeah. What?
Same as African footballer.
Yeah, of course. That's because he's a man. That's why he's African footballer. And of course, African footballer for women is. And how many times? And no man has ever done it. So tell me, in Africa.
You shouldn't have started this. You shouldn't have started
how
this
many men
Am I
stammering?
Yes, you are.
Think about it.
Nnadozie is literally the safest hands on the continent.
7 penalty saves this season. What she did against Arsenal in the Champions League, against Wolfsburg in the Champions League.
Yes.
It's not Lyon that were perpetual winners at that time.
You know how they do it.
They would have been. Paris FC is not one of the biggest club in France when it comes to women's football because we have Lyon. Perpetual winners.
But whenever they are constantly in the news, it's almost because of
her. So they also have PSG to the female team. They're second. They're third on the table. And she is literally responsible for that because of the clean sheets and the sports kicks as she's been able to save all through the season. So Chiamaka Nnadozie is one. When she started with Rivers Angels, she wasn't even the first team player when she started.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, they had to promote her to a first team goalkeeper. And then from there on the 20, before you know it, she went to the Super Falcons. And since then, it's been glory after glory. You mentioned women's football in Nigeria. Before it was Asesa Toshola that you talked about.
Every single time.
But now, a goalkeeper. We're not talking about a striker
an outfield, a goalkeeper.
So how many times do you talk about goalkeepers in Africa? And this is what that she won. It's the first time a Nigerian player or African player have even won it. For a club to be third on the log, and Lyon goalkeeper is not winning it, PSG goalkeeper is not winning it, but she's the one winning it. It tells you a lot about how good Chiamaka Nnadozie. Okay,
let's just listen. Let us just take a little bit and listen and know a little bit about Nnadozie. Chiamaka.
I feel so happy. I feel so great. To be honest with you, I never believed it, but, I'm grateful to have this award. And it wouldn't have been possible, without the help of my teammates. Even before I came here today, before the training, everyone was shouting my name, Maka, go for the trophy, go for the trophy. The love is so massive, if not for the love and support I've been getting from the team, from the coaches, from the presidents, the love is so massive. And this trophy is for Paris FC, the whole staff and the whole players. This is for you because you made this happen.
Hey, you made this happen. Let's go on a very short break. And when we come back, you'll see what is happening in the NPFL. That is always fun. And we'll open the lines afterwards. You're welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday. Jimmy Kato is in the house. Hello, hello, Jimmy.
Very well. Good to be here. I mean, it's always nice seeing Bambo on our screen talk about athletics, regardless of the performances, because it gives you a whole world of in-depth analysis, and now we have something to look forward to. I was so excited about Chidi Okeze. You know, the man, the young man is always stepping up to the plate and always making things happen, whether it be 4x4, the mixed relay race, whether it be 4x4. I was a little bit disappointed with Sikiru Adeyemi because he looked to be a little bit slow. And also, you consider the fact that some of the best performers, worldwide, they were, bringing out their best, the likes of the grass.
Jamaica was struggling to qualify.
Jamaica, you look at that list. You look at the list of the athletes. They are not the top notch. Look at after Bolt and Blake.
When it comes to 4x400 meters relay,
Jamaica
are really not dominant.
The Canadians,
when it comes to the 4x400, 4x100, that's where you see them.
Look at the British, fantastic. They've qualified in 4 out of 5.
US qualified in the but I remember you remember that mixed relay that it was the first one I went to.
Yeah. It was the same. Put our men. Then when it was, the reason why I'm even mentioning Chidi Okeze especially is because he's been able to work with different teams. Because we used to have Patience Okon George, the other lady Inse, and now you are having Samuel Ogazi coming up, Esther Joseph, you are having Ella Onojuevo. So I mean, working with that team and you are still able to replicate performance after performance, consistently getting it done is something massive. And also doing it in the 4x4 for the men is something really, really
we just have to make sure that it is teamwork. It depends on how you pick, exchange, and then who runs your ankle leg, who runs which leg, and because it matters most.
Ken, I have a question for you, especially. I don't know whether I should ask Cecilia.
What?
Sheye Ogunlewe. Why was he placed on the last leg?
Why are you asking us?
I was shocked.
He's not the fastest runner in the team, so I don't know why.
He's always been like a second, third leg runner. So the question for me is,
they would have considered certain things, like you said. Because we just have look at the different why for they didn't go because of the visa hit, because of injury. So some key things would have happened within that before they make their decision. And because those who have been using, they know this is where he's good.
Exactly.
In the absence of who does that, you just fit in and see if you can get the results.
I was thinking that Akintola would have done that because we saw what he did at the African Games.
Exactly.
So there are athletes that you look at, that in the
Akintola is the third leg master.
But I get that. But I think just maybe because I don't know. Udodi is another one.
Udodi is another one. I was surprised. I would have expected him on the second or third. Because the two of them, Akintola, Udodi, and also
we go again this night.
Against Ghana, and if when you are up against Ghana, you have.
They will drop the baton again.
It is not only Ghana. It's not only Ghana.
It's only Ghana. That's the difference.
But probably you'll be in the same heat with us or whatever it is, and then that is what
the top teams already. You know that once you're not in the group that you have the Jamaicans and the Americans.
So psychologically,
you have a shot, and the Belgians, the way they're coming,
because the season's best.
Another team also.
The teams that were in that heat just cut off me. But I found that
you had US and
no, it was not US.
US and France.
I think France, but it was Japan and China.
4x100 meters.
Not traditional powers.
I think it was 4x1.
4x1.
I think it was 4x1. Okay. It was Japan and China that dusted the rest of them all. I tell you this. So this relay. Anyway, for those who want to watch it, just sleep, just have your nap because it starts by after 12. It starts by 12, so you can join. You can join that. But before we talk about the NPFL, let us look at this. The leagues have already been completed in some European countries. Xabi Alonso and his team already collected the Bundesliga, the first Leverkusen ever won it in their history. History and unbeaten. And as we speak, they are 47 4-7, unbeaten this
Please,
season.
Arsenal, how many was it?
No. Arsenal unbeaten was 49.
26-12.
But
49, yeah.
49, but in
Games
the
unbeaten,
league.
yeah,
But this one is unbeaten in all competitions in this
it's the
season.
numbers I just want to know.
It's
Now
49 until they met their Waterloo at Old Trafford. They went to Old Trafford and that was it.
No, send me the invisible. I just want the invisible
I get
to
that.
die down.
This is the real. No, but this is
No,
the
it's not going to die
invisible.
down.
Yeah.
This is the real.
What is the meaning of the real invisible? It's just for you to say, oh, they have
Gunners-
done well. The two teams have done well. Why are you comparing?
No, before
Why do we always get to compare the real invisible? That's how they say the real
before the
Ronaldo.
Gunners in England, there was the Preston North End Invisibles. They were not the first in England.
Definitely. So why are you tired of hearing Arsenal invisible?
You know when you're able to do it across board. I know what you're talking about in the German Cup, in the Europa League Cup, and also talking about the league itself. So I think that's the real invisible. That was just the league invisible.
I want to go on a very short break, and when we come back, Okpe will join us in the house. Yeah, you're welcome back again. The home run, fast pace, nothing to. We take no prisoners now. That's Iga Swiatek beating Arena Sabalenka, the #1 player in the world, beating #2, completing the titles. Because that is the last jigsaw that is supposed to fit into all the clay titles for Iga. Sabalenka was back-to-back champion, and then this one she was just almost trying to get it out of Iga Swiatek. 3 match points she saved, came back, and bam, that is the thing. So today it will be Oje Aliassime. Felix taking on Andrei Rublev for the men's title. I mean, Oje, his opponents have retired in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals. The great Yannick Sinner, Lehaka, they all retired, and then here he is finding himself in the final. And the Fortune, I hope Fortune smiles on him. Is from Togolese to Canada, African Canadian, if that is what you say. I would love them, himself and Francis TFO, the ones that the parents moved from Sierra Leone and went back to New York and started working right there in tennis court, and the family became a tennis player, and that is how it ought to be. If we have the facilities in Nigeria, nearness, they said in market, they say nearness to raw material, nearness to the market, nearness to the facilities. We're opening the lines. He's in the house here where has joined us. We're opening the lines here. Tell us, who is going to pick the league in England? Is it Arsenal or is it Man City? It used to be a 3-horse race, but the third Chihuahua has just dropped off. So right now, it is between the Gunners and the Citizens. Okay, who takes it?
Yeah, it's rather between the Citizens and the Gunners because for them, they are used to winning it on the last day itself. You may recall like when they did it to Liverpool. In fact, Liverpool were even leading, thinking they've done it before they came back and
they did to Manchester United. United was already celebrating.
That was
that was in 2012
against Taiwo's screen passing.
Yes.
So I think they are used to the pressure of the last day. You saw Alan there getting his 4 goals yesterday. So it's Arsenal that are coming to the element now. So I think they are the underdogs. While these guys, Arteta have nothing to lose.
Arteta has done great. The mentality and the physician. I mean, instead of selling his best player, he has reinforced. I mean, if not Thomas Partey, the rest of them all are back. Trossard, a great addition, a great buy.
Yeah,
I mean, have the courage to drop Ramsdale to bring in Raya. For goodness sake, I'm giving
Golden Gloves.
Yes.
So I think it's very instructive to know that Arteta, like you rightly said, had been able to keep the shape of that team, kept them, together, and also made some cool additions. And maybe a lot of people will feel maybe Ramsdale was not treated fairly, but at the end of the day, the result is what we're talking about, and we just have to give Arteta his flowers, because ordinarily, if they are falling off, the pecking order, there is nobody that will complain.
We have King Charles, because Charles has moved from being a priest to being a king. King Charles, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Arsenal's turn.
This is Arsenal's turn.
Arsenal is lifting the trophy.
Arsenal is lifting the trophy. But then, go on.
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry, I interrupted. Go on.
So everything works. Everything is positioned to favor Arsenal at present.
Okay, everything. Okpa is saying even VAR and the referee are also positioned to give it to Arsenal. Is the VAR working in favor of Arsenal?
I am not talking about that. I'm talking about performance.
Okay.
Arsenal is on form right now.
Okay, so you are giving it to your team. Okay.
They can deliver this season.
All right.
So I go for Arsenal.
Okay. Thank you so much, King Charles. The gunner says giving it to Arsenal. Said
Arsenal will be hoping for the armors, the different armors to arm Man City.
Yeah.
Fulham, West Ham, Tottenham. So it's just about that.
I think what Arteta should also work on, sorry Jimmy, is the mentality of that team. I think they are under a lot of pressure.
Pressure,
now. And they've also invited
I think they have coped. They have coped well.
No, see, Jimmy, having all your players getting shot on target yesterday is a sign of the pressure.
Okay, but okay, why we are taking it, we are taking both the domestic and international football together because right on the NPFL, which is our own top, something happened between Enyimba and Doma. We can look at it, we'll talk about it. Let's look at those visuals because, I mean, Doma scored, Enyimba scored, and then Doma protested. That is the goal. You can see what is happening here. They protested, and then while they're celebrating, Doma players said, look, there is something wrong with this goal, protested, and then the referee, now said it wasn't a goal. Then there was an encroachment. The assistant ref
said it was.
The assistant ref said it was not a goal. It was not a goal.
The ref said it was a goal. Okay. So there was that, disparity.
So the assistant ref would have seen what he saw, which is his job.
Exactly.
And then the referee also now went. But the thing is that from there, it now became the theater of the absurd.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, the fans getting in there, the officials getting in there. And then they now drag the referee outside. First of all, he was looking at the camera on the pitch.
Yes.
And then from there on, they went to go and see the OB van. Guy, well, Jimmy, you follow this.
I think basically it was just the fans getting irate and the ref, being under pressure, what we say, under duress and awarding the goal. And, it was just all sorts of madness where we have our own domesticated VAR going to the OB van and a lot of, these are not the kind of scenes that we really love to see. But I like what the committee has done. There won't be any appeal. They have given the point, 1 point, a single point to Doma that the game should have remained at 0-0. So the ref also attested to the fact that he gave that goal under pressure because of the fans. So another question is, how many security personnel can we find here?
We can't even find any. We saw one security personnel at the corner. But kudos to Oronleke.
I
mean, he is. Let's see, when you are apportioning blames, also apportion praise for somebody. I saw him there as the perfect peacemaker. First of all, he went to meet the Doma goalkeeper.
Exposure.
Then he came back. Look at him.
Yeah, exactly.
That is it. He went to meet the goalkeeper, calming down. He was doing his piece everywhere. For goodness sake, I mean,
he's an ambassador of the NPFL, so this is expected of him, and he has done well with Mosa.
For goodness sake, I watched this video, so over and over again, and I tell you, he brought this. So
we said something that I think we should not let it slide.
Yes.
The security guys, there are certain things like insurance. You say, okay, it won't happen.
It won't happen.
So you have the funds and you divert it elsewhere. Now, when the tap
this is the Enyimba Stadium. Enyimba playing on the continent.
This is Stadium.
Yes.
They are looking at the camera here. I don't know what I tried to say. I replay the camera.
It's not even part of the rule. So why are you going to the camera?
A player is not even supposed to touch a referee.
Exactly.
That is, I mean,
it's a straight trade.
Look at that. That's Oronleke.
Yeah.
That's him again doing his piece.
Yeah.
There he is.
Wow.
There he is. There. I tell you this.
But I think the organizers they failed football.
Look at him.
Exactly. I agree. Because where are the security personnel?
You talk about it on the took.
Yeah.
It is okay that they took a decision, but I do not agree that there should be no appeal. There is any decision, you must give somebody a right to appeal. A right to fair hearing, a right to appeal. You don't take us say this is the final decision, it is not taken. And that is where I disagree with
but I think if the referee is saying this is a goal.
Yes.
And the assistant referee is saying this is not a goal.
Yes.
The referee overrules, he supersedes.
At that point, he did.
So why are you now splitting the point?
No. It's not Doma.
The referee now said it was under duress that he changed his mind
because of the fans.
That he was asked to go and they told him
Obi van,
at a point they were throwing missiles, everything, bottles on top of this pitch.
No, but Ken,
yes.
the referee has gone to the OB van. No.
And maybe
I mean,
no, but you're talking about pressure here.
Are you Ken?
You want your life secure, right?
No. See, Ken, we should recognize what
the rules.
But
okay,
so that means next tomorrow I will call on my phone and say the referee must.
Idealism is different from reality.
I'm sorry to say this on air.
This is not sentiment.
You're talking about the ideal situation. I am saying I listened to a legend of the Nigerian Premier League and said they were playing somewhere where the referee has to come and meet them and said allow them to score so we can live there alive. And they allowed those teams to score so that they could live alive. We should think about how to look at
look at this.
Can you
very chaotic
you? Ken, this is no longer football. If you want me to allude to what you are saying, then it's becoming a joke.
It's part of what we're saying.
We have to learn to abide by the rules.
But you asked where is the security men? If the security men are not there to protect you, what do you do?
There should be at least 50. Where are they?
The game should be restarted from this 1-0.
That's why Ken said even the 1-0 goes back to 0-0.
Goes back to 0-0 because the linesman who is there said there is something about
it. Go.
And that is the thing. So they now took him to come to the OB van. They carried him to go and check an OB van, and he came back to the
OB van.
But you are now seeing.
Ken is OB van.
You are seeing here. Is it normal? Anyway, the lines. I hope the lines are still open. The lines are still open. It is Nigerian football. I must say this for the board. They are not afraid to take decisions. And they've been doing that, fair and square.
I disagree. They should have been proactive because this sort of game, especially for a team that is playing on the continent, where is the security? I mean, why should the game go on? Okay, if it does go on, the question is, even Doma, I don't think they played under protest. These are the things that we see happen under normal circumstances across our league. So when Okwe is talking about the rule, I understand where it's coming from. We're only saying that this is unfortunate that it has happened, but the man has got to protect, the man and the other officials, they've got to protect their lives first. We need to,
like I said, it is the life that matters. You need to protect the life of the players and then your officials that are supposed to be there. The league used to be a place where the home team will pay the match indemnities of the referees and other things. Right now, the league body, they have before the player, the referee even goes. Already, his account has collected. We say he's settled. His accommodation, everything has been paid. So we are moving, and we hope that we get to that particular stage where all these things will have been
that decisioning, like you said. I think the decisioning is something we should applaud them for.
No. I applaud
let them be proactive and not be reactive. Simple.
If these things don't come in, you look at the shortfalls. Because of course, this it has never happened before. It's a novelty. So you don't plan for this kind of thing. You understand? You don't know what
we plan for security.
You plan for security.
Security is the work of the home team.
The home team and the FA
for not making
exactly that. But you sanction them after there is a failure, not before.
In all of the decisions, did you hear anything about the FA, the state FA?
That is. You see, the state FA and also the club. It's here that we are putting so much load on the state FA. It is association football. Of course, it is the clubs that you hold responsible, not the state FA.
They are government-owned.
There is a way we should, of course, that is that the owner, but then the owners have ceded that responsibility to manage.
It is association football, and the state FA is part of that NFF. They are part of the Congress. Unit.
If we are trying to make, like you are saying, the ideal situation, we should try to see where we can separate where the job of the FA starts and where that of the club take their responsibilities. If we don't do that, we say Nigeria, they will say there is no security, EFCC don't do their job. Go and tell the president. The president is supposed to be investigated. American president is being investigated. Are you getting me? So you cannot say the president should be. He should give them the way how to do what they want to do. If you don't give them that to do, for goodness sake, how will they not achieve what you want them to achieve? If you give him this responsibility, you must give him the authority to carry it out. So that is just the thing. The state FAs are there, but the club has to take responsibility, and that is what it ought to be.
So, and again, maybe people don't see gun-bearing guys when they watch EPL. Those stewards are actually security officials. So when they actually.
So even when we talk about security, and Ken, it takes me back to what we had always been clamoring, that all supporters clubs of this, of these our clubs, as much as possible, they form, like a security unit on their own, so that at least they try to encourage the fans to stay peaceful, because you don't have it. That's why we are having all these anomalies.
Bayelsa United went to Aqua United to win. I mean, Kano Pillars went to I think they went to Heartland, where they won 5.
Okay. Yep.
Was it Plateau United? So we thought we have done that. But anyway, we are rounding up, gentlemen.
Yeah, Verstappen doing it's made Formula One absolutely boring, and it's also nice to see what Swiatek had been able to do. It's very encouraging. We wait for Tyson Fury and also Usyk.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I think this should be the last time we ever have OB-VAR, as Jimmy called it, involvement in our football. It's either we have VAR or we don't have VAR.
Voila. And then we should have a VAR, right? Jimmy, can I have that biro, please?
Yes.
Because I need to drop my pen.
Yeah.
I tell you this. You've seen it. Sometimes we laugh over these things, and we do hope that yes, every step is a progress. We'll get there. Until next week, I'm Ken Ochonogo. God bless Nigeria. I have to drop the pen.